There are a lot of people who genuinely believe we live in a fascist state. So is that true? Are we living in a fascist state? Headlines would have you think so. Comparing Trump to this guy. Here we go again. Here's The Atlantic clearly saying it. Another left-leaning outlet, green light for authoritarianism, saying that the actions of this administration are consistent with Mussolini. But what is fascism, totalitarianism, authoritarianism? In totalitarianism, the state has total control, pretty much like North Korea. In authoritarianism, one party controls the political process, like in Cuba with the Communist Party. In fascism, you have a merging of the individual with the state, usually for some state-sponsored objective, like these guys. When they took control, they literally suspended the German Bill of Rights, issuing this Reichstag fire decree that enabled them to arrest their opponents, dissolve political organizations, and suppress anything they wanted. The decree became the law. The judges would cite the decree. Here we see the Trump administration following the law, actually dropping one of its initiatives because a judge ruled against them, following the orders of the Supreme Court. In a fascist state, only certain people can be journalists and certain people can't. They closed 1,600 newspapers. As of 2022 in the United States, only 3.4% of journalists identified as Republicans. Closest thing we have to state media had 0 Republicans involved and 87 Democrats on their editorial staff. In a fascist state, they do not tolerate opposing opinions. We have the Trump administration issuing this executive order, ensuring the right of American people to speak freely in the public square. In Soviet Russia, you had the Great Purge, around 1 million people. Here, if there's any weaponization of the state, it's in lawfare. One of Trump's critics' homes got raided. Trump's home got raided. But ultimately, these people are getting jury trials. The fascists seized private property and transferred it to the people they wanted. The Soviets forced collectivization, angry at farmers for eating their own food because the city couldn't have it, calling home food production the birth of capitalism. In fascist Germany, there was only one political party. Everybody else was literally sent to camps. In the last election, Trump's opponent outspent him by tens of millions of dollars, 3-1. Yes, the United States is politically polarized, but clearly judges still have a lot of power. You have an organized political opposition, a focus on freedom of speech, and the actual philosophy of the separation of powers is that ambition must be made to counteract ambition. Here's Woodrow Wilson, president during World War I, created an agency to influence public opinion, recruited 75,000 propagandists, and tried to silence his opposition. Wilson's ambition was counteracted by a Supreme Court, which laid the foundation for our modern understanding of the First Amendment. FDR tried to pack the Supreme Court through this bill in 1937. His own party in Congress said it was unconstitutional. So really, is fascism here now? Or is all this talk some form of election denial?